Thank you. Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf, thank you for your very warm welcome. The hospitality of Kano and great state of Kano. We arrived last night and we heard about our history of Kano. The city of Kano, I understand, goes back to over 1,000 years. If I heard you correctly, so it's quite a monumental city. I've always wanted to visit Kano because growing up next door in Kano has always been an important thing. That explains some of my excitement of being in Kano. Honorable Minister, thank you for pointing out the way to Kano. You said we should go to Kano. It wasn't obvious, but as to hear across the table, we just think this was a great idea. For several reasons. Governor, we arrived yesterday and visited the Aminu Kano University Teaching Hospital and met wonderful people, extraordinary people. Some of them just basically good doctors, ordinary doctors that are doing extraordinary things. We heard them talk because complicated transplants that were taking place, complicated surgeries. We saw it, we didn't just present and walk through the wards to see ourselves. And this morning we visited the Ziyarar hospital, which I understand is the largest hospital in West Africa. And so incredible. I was actually seeing heroic efforts that the health staff are actually doing to provide care to very limited resources to the people of Kano. I was encouraged to hear that you invest about 10% of your own money in supporting the healthcare in Kano. Many countries in Africa do not pay 10%. But the Abuja declarations ask everyone to get to 15%. So just 2 countries in Africa have exceeded 15%. So Kano, if Kano was a country, we are among the very top countries in Africa. We also had the privilege to see, visit the primary health centers that the minister outlined, and it brought home clearly some of the reasons why the minister prioritized something that we discussed in Abuja 2 days ago, or yesterday. Excellency, we are here as part of a joint visit, as the Honorable Minister said, with my friend and colleagues from the U.S. President's Malaria Initiative, Dr. David Watson, and the Executive Director of the Global Fund, Peter Sam, and you have the opportunity to listen to it. Our visit was designed to be joint, and so it was very deliberate. It's not a coincidence that we all 3 of us are in here. We wanted to come together and do 3 things. One, listen to the new administration, you and others about your health priorities going forward. Each time you have a new administration, there's an issue, and it's a priority. We have had the great fortune of listening to the minister and the vice president discuss the priorities. We also wanted to update you on what we are doing, our respective programs in Nigeria, and we have messaged this many times, and I'll say this again, that what happens in Nigeria matters, because of Nigeria has a responsibility on the continent. A continent of 1.4 billion people, a country of about 240 billion people. So if Nigeria matters, Kano matters, because Kano is a great state. And what will happen in Nigeria will, as the commissioner said, derive from what happens in Kano. So we are truly delighted as your partner, as the the U.S. President's emergency plan for AIDS relief. I'm proud to be a partner for the past close to 20 years. This year, Excellency Governor Pepper is celebrating the 20th anniversary of partnership with many countries in Africa. You recall that Pepper was launched 20 years ago by President George W. Bush, and all other presidents have supported that. Thanks to that program, about $12 million are being invested in your great state of Kano to fight HIV/AIDS, support the efforts. We understand that about 41,000 people are currently receiving HIV treatment thanks to that program and other support, including their own leadership. So we are here to continue to foster that partnership. And with the understanding that, and I'll end on that note, that as the minister said, and I'll quote what one of the persons that I respect a lot in global health, late Kofi Annan, once said. He said, "God is not something we wish to have, but it is a human right." So as the minister said, I'll explain that by saying that it is not only a developmental issue, because malaria patients that we saw, especially children, yes, in Kano Hospital, if we give them chance, they are the future of your great state of Kano. They are the people that will carry our development forward. Those AIDS patients that are individuals receiving HIV treatment and the future of development of your great state of Kano. So you can count on our support and continue to partner with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. John. Your Excellency, next on the goodwill message. Is Mr. Peter Sands, the Executive Director, Global Fund.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano, Chief Staff, Commissioner, the Honourable Minister for Health, and all federal dignitaries, and of course my partners at other visitors. I just want to build on the Ambassador's comments around the purpose of our visit and why we came to Kano. First of all, the timing. Nigeria has new leadership at a presidential level, at the level of the Ministry of Health, but also at the level of individual states like Kano. And so now it seems particularly timely for us as partners of Nigeria to come and talk about the progress that has been made and to celebrate some of the remarkable achievements, but also where we go from here and how we can help you deliver for the people of Nigeria. The second point that the Ambassador emphasized was the fact that this is a joint group. You have here between us, the largest international agencies financing HIV/AIDS, the largest international agencies financing tuberculosis, and certainly for malaria, between David Walton's Presidential Malaria Initiative and the Global Fund, we represent well over 80% of all international financing of malaria. And we want to make sure that the way we work is as coordinated as possible to enable you to achieve your objectives. From a Global Fund perspective, Kano is very important. We will invest about $1 billion in Nigeria over the next 3 years, and over 50 million of that will be invested in Kano. I want to build on the comments of the Honourable Health Commissioner and the Minister of Health, specifically around malaria. Nigeria does have the unfortunate achievement being the country with the highest burden of malaria in the world. And to make that kind of tangible, that's 200,000 Nigerians who are dying every year of malaria, and mainly small children and pregnant women. And that works out to, roughly speaking, 500 a day, which is a very sobering figure. And that is despite the enormous progress that has been made. And that said, I have to say I was really impressed and encouraged by listening to both the health workers at hospitals and at the primary health care centre today, because it shows what can be possible. And this is the point about malaria, is that it is a beatable disease. We can actually win against it. So I just wanted to assure you that we at the Global Fund are fully behind you, Your Excellency, in your efforts to beat these diseases and improve the health and welfare of the people of Kano. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A final good message from Dr. Walter Kazadi, the WHO representative in Nigeria. For 2 minutes.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Kano State, Excellency, Minister, distinguished delegates, Ambassador, Malaria, PMI, Ministan, other partners in the room, colleagues. I would like to take this opportunity to really join the Honorable Minister of Health and the Commissioner for Health in thanking the Government for hospitality despite your tight schedule. Kano is the site of hope. Kano was the epicenter of the virus, and the Kano managed to get out of that system. And we believe there is great potential in Kano. Kano, epicenter for diphtheria, but we have seen so far what we can call an exemplary diphtheria response. We've seen an example of coordination, getting all the agencies, all the sectors, all the partners working around one single authority and implement the diphtheria response effort. And that can also serve as an example, as a pathway as to how we can work together to do the same across Nigeria. Something the Honorable Minister of Health call upon us to help people to operate. We have heard about success on seasonal malaria conservation. We literally, saving many lives and preventing children, younger children from getting malaria. We have started a very good story, and we hope other states will follow suit and harness the successes, and also what can happen when state government is working together as one. Kano obviously has a great potential for revitalization of primary care, which has been put forth by the World Health Organization as the path to accelerate health towards universal health coverage. The fuel is political commitment. But what we are seeing here is an example of what we mean by political commitment. We hope to learn from you, Excellency, on how to accelerate health. And we will work together with other partners to support your action and the evaluation. We're working closely with the Honorable Minister of Health and Social Welfare. Diphtheria, of course, is just a wake-up call that we have to revisit the foundation of primary care, multi-sector policy and action, community empowerment engagement, and essential health services, which does not limit to sick care, but it's comprehensive, including the capacity to prepare, detect, and respond to emergency As other speakers said before, Nigeria matters. And whatever happened in Africa and in the world. And Kano matters. And whatever happened in Nigeria. Starting with malaria, the biggest thing. And we will support your action to crush malaria so that engaging the economic development. And last, to end it, I would like to express our support and backing to work with you for real health transformation based on governance, acting on defragmentation, to improve health outcomes in Kano and across Nigeria, to improve health digitalization and get rid of paperwork we saw this morning, and most importantly, to help Kano and the rest of Nigeria better prepare for outbreak and pandemic that are yet to come in the near future. Thank you again, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I'm just being reminded for a long introduction for Mr. John Henderson, is the Ambassador at Large, and secondly is the Global AIDS Coordinator and Special Representative for Global Health Diplomacy. Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister also just reminded me of the last person for the goodwill message, which is Dr. David Walton, U.S. Global Malaria Coordinator for U.S. President Malaria Initiative.
Your Excellency, Commissioner, Honorable Minister, other distinguished guests, good afternoon. I will keep my comments brief because I know you have another engagement. And my predecessor has already noted much of what we want to convey to you today. I would only add 2 points. The first point is that we heard about the wild polio challenges some 10, 12 years ago. And the success that Kano State had in crushing that outbreak. And so when we think about why we are here today, is because we know the track record of success. We know what is possible here in Kano. And we know that with the challenges, particularly around many issues, but particularly malaria, we see the opportunities under your leadership, Your Excellency. And the understanding that we are here to support your efforts, your vision, the vision of Honorable Minister. And know that we, behind your vision, can make that incredible progress. The last point that I would make, the ambassador said, our colleague from WHO said, Nigeria matters, Kano matters. But we also noted that Kano has a population larger than many African countries. So if we do it here, we are not only leading in Nigeria, but leading on the entire continent. And that is a powerful message to reflect upon and understand the work and the opportunity that we have to be leaders for an entire continent.
Honorable Minister, sir, at this point, I'll go straight to the host. A man who has transformed the health sector in 100 days. A man who is taking care of our hospitals. A man who fights diseases like a military officer fights enemies. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Abba Kabir Yusuf.
الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم صلى الله على النبي الكريم. The Honorable Minister of Health who also serves as coordinator in charge of social welfare, Farfesa Muhammad Ali Pate, Excellency, the Charge d'Affaires U.S. Mission in Abuja, Mr. William Stevens, Dr. John Kengason, Ambassador at Large, U.S. Global AIDS Coordinator, and who also doubles as the Special Representative for Global Health Diplomacy, the United States President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, Mr. Peter Sands, the Executive Director, Global Fund to Fight AIDS, Tuberculosis, and Malaria, Dr. Walter Kozadi Wapo, who is also the World Health Organization's representative, Dr. David Walton, United States Global Malaria Coordinator, our implementing partners, honorable commissioners, special advisors, local government chairmen, past government officials, other invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me seize this opportunity to welcome our August visitors, led by our able coordinating minister, Farfesa Muhammad Ali Pate, and His Excellency, the Charge d'Affaires of the United Nations missions in Abuja. Let me seize this opportunity to welcome you to the ancient city of Kano. Let me also appreciate your concern and contribution to the good people of Kano State, especially on the selection of Kano as one of the few states to be visited by your delegation. We appreciate this concern. I want to assure you that we continue to reciprocate. Honorable Minister, let me say that Kano is the most populous state in Nigeria, with a population of over 22 million people, spread across 44 local government areas, with 484 wards. It is the center of commerce in northern Nigeria, and second to Lagos. Unfortunately, Kano people are one of the most vulnerable people in terms of healthcare, in terms of poverty and lack of resources. So you are coming to Kano at this material time for us is very timely. Let me seize this opportunity to thank the global funds, USAID, PEPFAR, and PMI, and of course, the Federal Minister of Health for all the support, investment, and collaboration they have been rendering to the state government, especially in the areas of fight against HIV/AIDS, against malaria, against tuberculosis, and other communicable diseases, which has positively impacted on the health, well-being, and the socio-economic development of our state. Let me equally inform our August visitors about the Kano State Government's commitment since assumption of office May 29, 2023. Honorable Minister, our delegation, we have been trying very assiduously to ensure the full provision of healthcare facilities across all the 44 local government areas. We have tried to ensure full releases of state counterpart funds for especially warehousing of malaria commodities. We've been trying to settle our obligations on social mobilization activities, training venues, technical personnel, etc., etc. Let me also inform our August visitor that as part of our concern, especially for the vulnerable people of the state, we met a situation where we have a pediatric hospital with over 1,000 years history. The pediatric hospital has been the first of its kind in northern Nigeria, and over 1,000 children were being treated and admitted at that hospital. Unfortunately, before our assumption of office, that hospital was sold to an individual. We felt so bad about it. Many children were sent out. Many of them died for lack of care. And when I came, the first thing we did was to ensure the full recovery of that hospital from that individual. We ensured its general renovation and equipping. And as I'm talking to you, that hospital has been restored with free medical care, including drugs for our children. We have started general renovation of all our hospitals, and we intend to equip them, especially the hospital that was built decades ago, which takes care of people with tuberculosis and leprosy. We want to seize this opportunity to appeal to our August visitors. We know you have been doing a lot for us, We know you have good intention to help Kano. And we quite right appreciate you, especially selecting Kano as one of the first 3 states to be given attention. We therefore want to appeal that your effort, your assistance should be sustainable. We pray for the actualization of Kano as self-recipient of especially your donations from Global Fund Malaria Grant 2024 to 2026. We also appeal for scale-up of beneficiary health facilities from 839 to cover all health facilities across the 44 local government areas of the state. We pray for prompt implementation of indoor residual spray IRS in the state, starting with high malaria burden local government areas. There is a need for your assistance for the sustainable support with additional molecular diagnostic tools, as well as other malaria health products to the state government, even though we have been doing our best to augment so that we can ensure optimal cooperation. Lastly, but not the least, we wish to pray for continuous engagement and funding support from the GF, USD, PEPA, NPMI in this regard, and of course from the Federal Ministry of Health under the able leadership of our brother, Farfesa Muhammad Ali Pate. Let me also seize this opportunity to extend our appreciation to Mr. President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for his support to not only Kano State, but to the entire nation, not only in terms of health, but in all sectors of the economy. Honorable Minister, extend the appreciation of the good people and the government of Kano State. Let me also reiterate that as far as we are concerned, we're going to give you all the necessary support so that together we can assist and alleviate the suffering of the most vulnerable people, not only in Kano, but in Nigeria as a whole. Once more, our august visitors, we thank you for finding time to visit Kano State, despite your attached care. We wish you journey masses back to your respective destinations. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. The Deputy Governor of Kano State, Alhaji Abba Kabir Yusuf. Your Excellency, at this point, we'll announce the side meeting up there in your office with the members of the high table. Then representative of the Kano State government will include the Chief of Staff, Commissioner for Health, and Special Advisor, Special Intervention Programs. Other members of the team can remain here. Members of the previous administration can also enjoy the fruits as a symbol of our party, the NNPP. Thank you very much. National anthem. So we rise for national